I'm 87 years old, and if you had asked me about inner peace when I was young, I probably would have laughed. Back then, I thought peace came from success, money, recognition, and being right in every argument. I believed life was a competition, a race, a constant battle to prove something, and for many years, that belief quietly stole my peace. Not in one dramatic moment, but slowly, day after day. You see, when I was in my 30s, I worked in a small accounting firm in Chicago. Nothing glamorous, just long hours, numbers, and deadlines. But I was ambitious. I wanted more respect, more money, more recognition. And when someone criticized me, even slightly, I carried that anger home. My wife could feel it. My children could see it. But I told myself, that's just what success requires. I thought stress meant progress. I thought winning arguments meant strength. I thought being busy meant being important. But something happened when I was 46 years old that quietly changed my life. One winter evening, I was driving home from work. Snow falling, traffic crawling slowly. I was frustrated, exhausted, and angry about something completely meaningless. A co-worker had taken credit for a project I worked on. I replayed that moment in my head again and again, my hands gripping the steering wheel, my heart racing, and then I noticed something. In the car next to me was an older man, maybe in his 70s. He wasn't on the phone. He wasn't yelling at traffic. He wasn't rushing. He was just sitting there, smiling, softly, peacefully, like the world wasn't attacking him, like he had nowhere urgent to be. I remember thinking, what does he know that I don't? That moment stayed with me for weeks, because I realized something uncomfortable. My life was technically successful, but internally, I was always tense, always irritated, always chasing something. And the strangest part? Every time I achieved something, the peace lasted about 3 days. Then my mind found the next thing to worry about, the next thing to prove, the next thing to fix. Years later, when I turned 60, I finally understood something that nobody teaches when you're young. Inner peace is not something you achieve, it is something you stop destroying. Let me explain. Most people believe peace will come after certain conditions are met. After the promotion, after the house, after the children grow up, after people respect you. But life has a funny habit. Every time one problem disappears, another quietly arrives. So if your peace depends on a problem-free life, you will never experience peace. Not for long. The real secret to inner peace is surprisingly simple, but it took me 70 years to truly understand it. Inner peace begins the moment you stop fighting everything. I don't mean giving up. I mean accepting that life will always contain things you cannot control. Other people's opinions, unexpected losses, aging, mistakes you can't undo. For years, I fought these things like they were enemies. But peace arrived when I started asking one simple question. Is this worth losing my peace over? Most things weren't. Someone disagrees with you? Let it go. Someone misunderstands you? Let it go. Someone doesn't appreciate your effort? Let it go. When you're young, that advice sounds weak. But when you're 87, you realize something powerful. Protecting your peace is strength, because anger is easy. Resentment is easy. Holding grudges is easy. Peace requires awareness. Peace requires humility. Peace requires letting some battles pass you by. Let me tell you something else age teaches you. Most of the things that kept me awake at 35 didn't matter at 55. And the things that worried me at 55 don't even cross my mind at 87. Life has a way of shrinking our problems, but only if we allow time to do its work. There's another part of inner peace that people rarely talk about. Forgiveness, not for others, for yourself. I made mistakes, plenty of them. Said words I wish I could take back. Missed moments with my children because I was chasing work. For years I carried that guilt, but eventually I realized something. You cannot change the past, but you can choose whether it continues living inside you. Peace grows the moment you stop punishing yourself for being human. And perhaps the greatest lesson I've learned after 87 years is this. Peace is not loud. Peace is quiet. It's drinking coffee slowly in the morning. It's walking without rushing. It's sitting with someone you love, without needing to say anything. It's realizing that life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. These days, my life is very simple. No big ambitions, no dramatic plans, just small routines. Morning sunlight through the window, a short walk down the street, a phone call from my granddaughter, and strangely enough, this simple life brings more peace than all my achievements ever did. If I could speak to my younger self, I would say this. You don't need to win every argument. You don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need to prove your worth every day. Sometimes, peace comes from simply saying, "That's enough for today," and letting life be. Because in the end, the real secret to inner peace is not changing the world around you. It is learning to soften the war happening inside you. And when that war ends, even ordinary days begin to feel like a gift. At 87, that is the greatest wisdom I can share. If this story spoke to you, take a moment and subscribe to the channel. Because here, we share the quiet wisdom that only time can teach. And sometimes, one small lesson can change the way you see your whole life.